Now what make me and Aisha Yesufu get argument for TV, which one they talk anyhow? I told her father off. Not her, I told her and her generation off. I said to them, I said, it is us. You see, all these Christian and Muslim women in Nigeria, it is the tolerance of African men that you enjoy.
Don't wait for this video because you would go need that to blow. Say he spoke to my father and my generation. If your father had the discipline to keep his manhood in one place, Seun, the world would not have had someone like you become a nuisance that you are. A nuisance that they are trying to ignore. They try to ignore. I booked that issue. Me that I am here. If I want to book 60 shows, I can book 60 shows. I don't even sing now to just they talk. I will book the shows. Go people will come. One light and like that beating where your mama supposed give you, where she forget no give. I forbid the freaking hell out of you.
Social media is on fire right now. In fact, it is divided like never before. In this video, we'll be watching Afrobeat singer and activist Seun Kuti and Aisha Yesufu. Both of them lashed out at each other, and it is not personal from what I am saying. It has to do more with their stand, their ideology. But all of a sudden, it became much more than ideology. It became personal, like seriously personal, where Aisha Yesufu did not just lash at Seun Kuti. He did what people often do, particularly women. They will say, I'm going to send you home. She literally disrespected Seun Kuti and his father, Fela Kuti. And not just that alone. She lambasted the mother of Seun Kuti. I don't know how you guys are going to handle this one. It's so heavy, like really, really heavy. You got a snippet of it at the beginning of this video. It is not going to be an easy journey. I don't know what Seun Kuti will do afterwards, or maybe he will just lie low and just end it there, rather than going together into the mud. Is he going to stay afloat, or is going to be buried? Or is Aisha Yesufu going to be buried? It is a serious issue. I know we all have our mouth to talk. We all have our mouth to say whatever we want to say to whoever we want to say it, as long as we can carry or face the consequences of it. Well, like I said, it's going to be a journey. And this journey, I know you cannot be bored. I want you to stay from the beginning to the end, because you will be learning as we proceed. You will get to understand the views of both of them. Then for yourself, you can judge who went overboard. What really happened? Are we going to give it to Aisha Yesufu that she's saying the truth, or she is really sensible? Or we are going to give it to Seun Kuti that he is sensible? Now, there are topics that are going to be touched on this, of course. Some of the topics dwell on your religion. Yes, your religion. There are people who are Christians, some are Muslims. Now, Aisha Yesufu goes around with the Islamic gear, and there are principles that are attached to that Islamic regalia. And Seun Kuti, on the other side, he is not into Christianity, neither is he into Islam. He said, and I quote, "I am a traditional worshipper of the ancestral gods of my fathers." End of story, end of discussion. But is that what they are arguing about? Is that the issue that almost became physical? Well, let us find out. But before we proceed, like, share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. And those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon, the last sign in the middle of it, may God bless you. May God replenish your pockets. May your pockets never run dry. If you want to be a part of this, you want to encourage us in what we are doing, you can as well tap on that same button. Let us go right into this one.
And it's the same African men that you abuse for the behavior of your fellow Christians and Muslims. Do you know, a Christian and a Muslim is nothing but an Arab and a European. Once you're a Christian and Muslim, you have abandoned Africanness. and embrace European and Arabic ideal as the idea of life. Any freedom that women enjoy in Nigeria today is because of the capacity of Africa to respect women. That one tie hijab for head, say you want to liberate Nigerian women. Motherfucker, liberate yourself from your hijab first. Can you liberate yourself from the hijab? But you want to liberate Nigerian women? Are you... The place where that hijab is from, you cannot drive car as a woman if you go there. If you live in Saudi Arabia as a woman, can you drive only to drive car? Talk more to be in government. Talk more. Can you do anything there? But we, African tradition, it is African tradition that allows for African women to enjoy themselves as they have always enjoyed yourself. In fact, if you read African history, it is part of the reason why Europeans and Arabs hate us. Because of our women, the freedom we give women. Go and read our history. Go and I have books that speak on European narrative of their first experience with African culture. One of the first things the Christians and Muslims complained was that the women were too free. The women were too respected. That which kind of society with this? Where they respect women? Are you people mad? Are you respecting women? We fought for that. We defend our women. We died for it. Both men and women, though. Yeah. Not only African men, but Africa. So African men and women. It is Africa that you enjoy as women, bro. It is Africa that you enjoy as women. Don't let anybody, it's not Europe. European culture says a woman's place is in the kitchen. I say it anywhere. The European relationship with woman. That's why women in Europe must create feminism and be fighting. A woman's place is in the kitchen. Tell me that parable in your own language as an African. Give me the equivalent of a woman's place is in the kitchen in your language as an African person. Tell me, what is the equivalent? Tell me the equivalent. That Camille plug say not talking for UK. I say it anyway. I say it is Europeans that say a woman's place is in the kitchen. That is a European parable. It is a that is a European adage. A woman's place is in the kitchen. Is in their Bible, safe. Tell me the equivalent in your African language. We have no equivalent. In fact, in African language, there's no word for son or daughter. And I know because I'm Yoruba, and all African language is similar in the respect of ideology, because all of Africa comes from one ideology, the ideology of the pharaohs. Because we are all go to say, I will never go back to Egypt. Motherfucker, you are all from Egypt. Go and read your history. Why do you think in Yoruba our king is called the Oni? Is there Oni in Yoruba land? Is there crocodile? The great crocodile of the Nile. The crocodile of the Nile. The Pharaoh is the great Nile crocodile. That's why the Yorubans ourselves, we name ourselves our highest office, the Oni of Ife, the crocodile. That is a historical link to Egypt. Does the Oni want to tell you that? Even the Oni of Ife, if you mention that kind of thing to you, to remember who he be, you want me to collect Rolls Royce for Inyash? That one is son of Jesus now. They will collect Rolls Royce for Inyash. Irawo. Ra, that word, Ra, is the Egyptian song. That is the Egyptian word for the star. For the star, Ra, which is the god, the sun god, the star. And in Yoruba, when you talk about the star, Irawo. Òṣùpá, the moon, Osu in Egyptian. Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Bruh? Bruh? Do you know who you are? Because you don't read Bible, they don't lie. 10 plagues. The Pharaoh. Ramses II was the Pharaoh in Egypt in the time of Moses. Your Bible says Ramses died. If he chased Moses, enter Red Sea. Red Sea swallow Ramses. Ramses died inside it. If Ramses died in the Red Sea, how come his body, the same Ramses II, go to the Cairo Museum today? The body of Ramses II, the mummified remains. Although I don't support the display of the bodies of our ancestors, like a show, the disrespect of the Arabs and the Europeans on our ancestors, to portray their dead body in public. I say one day we said for Africa, George Washington will go digging skeleton. We'll go show up, we'll go display skeleton. All these things, what did they do? All these things are not care. But you see that what did they do? That one we say they will go carry our ancestors inside ground where we don't keep them. Dig them outside, begin they show, display their dead body. No worry. But anyway, now they agreed, now they exposed them. So if you go to the Cairo Museum today, that same Ramses II that they told you died inside Red Sea and God swallowed him, his body, his dead body is in the museum. So if he died in the Red Sea, the river sea swallow him, how can they find his body? How come his body is in the museum? How come Ramses II's dead body is mummified remains? You can go and look at it today in Cairo Museum live. It's there for everybody to see. How come? How come? So who will pay for our development? It will not work. So Nigerians, we cannot afford what this government, the game, see, this is what I'm telling you people, the game is simple. They want all the benefits of Nigeria, but none of the responsibility. They want all the benefit of Nigeria, not any of the responsibility. And their greatest gimmick, the greatest trick that this Nigerian elite have played on us, the people, is to believe that they are not responsible for Nigeria. Not be only politicians, they responsible for Nigeria. We, the people of Nigeria, we must follow the money. Follow the money. Follow the Nigerian money. Who is with it? Where is it going? When Nigeria makes money from oil, who is taking it? What are they using it for? Where is it going? When you hear private sector is being given so $billion by the federal government, all these $1 billion given to private sector, we must ask, does federal government print dollar? Can federal government print dollar? No. So is federal government involved in any business that is bringing dollar? No. The only way federal government can get dollar is to sell our commonwealth, our petrol, our tin, our columbite, our land, the things that belong to all of us. Is the only way these people can get dollar, because their ideas are not wanted. It's subpar. They refuse to invest in the things that will make them world competitors. Now, this is not for Seun's benefit. I'm not talking for Seun now. I'm even talking for them, themselves. I go all over the world. Look at a company like T-Mobile. T-Mobile as a company is from Germany. This company is so good. It is operating in UK. It is operating in America. Americans are buying T-Mobile SIM to put in their American phone. T-Mobile America is working, but the company is German, bro. Because that is competing with the AT&T of America. It's competing with whatever American telecommunications is there. It's not only there in Germany, whining his people's balls. These are elites competing at the top, putting the right investment where it needs to be. Which Nigerian company say, can you go to where they are spending foreign currency and put their SIM in your phone and you're not roaming? That's roaming. You roam. They're not operating anywhere. They cannot compete. These people cannot compete. And why can't they compete? It's not because the world is stopping them from competing. No, it's Nyash. Nyash can't let these people be great. Both masculine Nyash and feminine Nyash. Both masculine Nyash and feminine Nyash cannot let these people be great. It is the thing that will attract Nyash to them that they invest in. Not the things that will attract dollars to our country. No. They will never invest in the things that will attract dollars to our country. They will invest in the things that will attract Nyash to them. As I said, all kinds of Nyash.
Let me gist you people. I've not watched Seun Kuti's video. Most of the time, I'm not even able to watch his video because his rants. You know those days that when you're in secondary school, when you've learnt a new English and then you want to use it, you are eager to use it anyhow, in short, now one slap. Whether I slap my man give me a bin out, I can't even remember. Now he get one English where I use her for someone to get fight. My mama reset my brain. You know, say get the resetting of brain where if you have parents where properly bring you up, not be the ones where be say the parents if to say Seun Kuti papa get discipline. Before no get Seun Kuti now. Now Seun Kuti will no get discipline. I don't know whether they know the second on that time. We otherwise we for no get this nonsense where they run around, they run in maths anyhow. Now discipline they no day. You understand those one where they say 1minute.com, product of 1minute.com. Anyhow, I mean go I can't do this thing. We'll come they talk anyhow to person. That day, let me just people. I tell the people, me as to see me like this, I know they look for fight, but when fight can't look for me, I they grab them like a long lost friend. Because if person say him mad, I go tell and say I'm mad. Seun Kuti the way they bring up what they call a shrine. You want for ghetto. Me where I grow up for ghetto, live ghetto life. I say we no see food they chop, we they chop insult. Now Seun Kuti. Hey, bros, I go help you train. No, I go help your ministry. So let me start from the beginning. We're supposed to be on a show. We're on a show actually. So Seun Kuti, comes in the way we've had a bit of, on and off a bit. For me, one thing is that I stay off people's lane. If you see me like this, I don't talk to individuals. I don't take one individual. When I see you, they do nonsense. You have a right to your nonsense and you do it the way you want to. But you see government official, you see government, you see whatever. Those ones, they hold them accountable. And they hold you accountable. Even if you breathe, I'm going to ask you how you take breathe the breathe. Did you breathe the oxygen where go deny other people oxygen? I fit up that kind of thing. But as an individual, I don't have it. And that's most time when people even leave office, except they are trying to whitewash them. Me shall know they talk. So we've met at this. So we've had a bit of this. He comes with this, an African man is this. This is how they do African religion. I'm like, I don't have a problem. Do whatever you want to do. So the first thing that we have, which it wasn't a problem anyway, so I don't think it was never a problem, was when he came, he extended his hand. I was like, oh, I explained to him, I said, oh, sorry, because of religious reasons, I don't shake a man. Usually, I said, I don't shake a man, I don't hug a man, I don't touch a man. Even when we are doing picture, I always used to tell them, give me my Sharia space. You know, people that understand, they even laugh over it. Some of my friends will come and stand, okay, give Aisha this. There's always that, I feel like, this is it, right? So when we're now, so that one was his issue. I mean, that was he took it very well, like, oh, okay, yeah, you understand everything. So we went. We're having this we did our program, you understand? First of all, he was very obnoxious, he was very rude. You know me now, you know, they get people who say, you go talk to people anyhow, they will leave you. But me, my own side, you talk to me anyhow, me, I no go leave you. You understand? Except when if I don't have time, then I can ignore you. I don't tell people, I'm the one, I choose what I get angry over. So there was a conversation we're having. When we were having this, he now said to one of the other hosts, oh, bright by name, dull by nature. The way he said it, you know, it was a bit off. Look at that. How are you saying that? You've just met someone for the first time, you know, and all of that. I even had to ask the guy, like, what's going on? Then he was not explaining it. So he said, you know, it's a bro, it's a man thing. Like, you know, when he came in, this other person, very brilliant young man, though. One of the acting best in Nigeria, whatever. Anyway, international was known. Not the person where they hide under in Papa reputation, where they carry Papa name, they walk up and down. You understand? When they carry the Papa name, they walk up and down. And then so it was not like that. The guy was explaining that when he came in, he saw the way, you know, because he's used to the show, we've been doing this thing, people were hailing that it's a man thing, that they would try to use everything to demarket you, because he kept throwing jibes at him. You're so slow, you're so this. He kept throwing it. Okay. And when they were doing this, they were having a conversation, you know. He now kept saying that private sector is the problem in Nigeria, not government. I'm like, guy, are you okay? You were? Hey, no, they grow for your head, you know, no come and say brain, no come there, they work. Are you okay? So I'm like, no, what do you mean private sector? How is it private sector? We are talking about this thing. You're going on and on. You're derailing the conversation. Yeah, if we want to talk about private sector, we can talk about private sector, but not when we're having one conversation. You bring in private sector as a problem in Nigeria. Not this is the educational problem. It is private schools. It is it. I said, now I call Luke. I can say, guy, are you not private sector? Because I know I'm private sector. I'm not government. I have my small business where they do that. He said, no, he's not private sector. So the other was like, but you hire people now. You have a music, whatever label. I think he said he did. You have something. Because I know, I said, that's a private sector. He was like, no, but you know, say when person they think say he knows something, but he don't know something. It was after the conversation I realized maybe he was trying to say conglomerates. Yes, a lot of conglomerates. In businesses, they control certain things, whatever. But you cannot dot them as private sector. Private sector is simply anyone that is not public sector, that is not publicly owned, is automatically private sector. You want to talk about all these things? So the guy don't rake and so I'm not like, okay, fine. This thing that you said, or whatever, it's private sector, you know, but you have a conglomerate. He said, no, but I said, but you are private sector now. Then he said, that's okay, because you never, how did I put the word though? Because you never hammer, you never blow. Yeah, that was the word I used. I said, oh, okay. So, and in fairness, so I think that the thing triggered him. You know, when you say something that is close to the truth and the person has not accepted, that's what I always say to people, love yourself, accept yourself for who you are. Is it because he did not blow? That is because he's not doing a DD. I said, what's it called? They bring DD. He's not turning his bad like DD. I say, guy, calm down. Who go even DD you? They carry person, they now you the one can they carry. And sometimes you be the one where they do. That's the lyrics. I was like, then you've not hammered now. You understand? You've not hammered like this other people. No matter even in this Nigeria, let's forget a worldwide stage or even within your family, where a Femi Kuti is talking. Who is she? If not because this lack of discipline where I talk. You understand? If not for that lack of discipline, where you want the bros? He gets something that they tell people, not be everybody, not be every pikin that they born. He gets some, leave them for there. Let another person born them. Maybe they feel they not go become users to humanity. They feel do something. That was it, oh. that because it's not this, that he saw that anytime he talks about private sector, that I'm doing this, that. He brought Peter Obi's name. Peter Obi, I don't know what you call concern Peter Obi. I supported Peter Obi, I will support Peter Obi. That has nothing to do with nothing. You understand? No be this one. That was it, oh. The next thing he started, mother, this did not say, yeah, man, me go forget to. I got drop that thing. When I started, he couldn't. Then he was like, oh, online, they are saying you stole money. You stole campaign money, party money. I said, that's all you have. I said, hey, go and bring the account. I said, the account is there. I don't know whether she will feel rich, shall. Whether na ebook they cram words for her. That's why I didn't realize the difference between conglomerates and private sector that he was bandying out there. So you have to answer. So go and check. Get people to help you read. He says, no, you stole campaign money. You stole Labour Party money. They said it online. I said, oh, it's what they said online. I said, but you know Hammer now. You know, I have booked 13 shows. The only thing that paid me for that whole thing was that it was after I left I realized I should have told him that it was his father's shadow. They want to recreate his father. So if they can't have a Fela Kuti, at least they can manage a Femi Kuti as a shadow. That's why they are still booking your show, bros. Nothing else. So just accept it as a fact. I thought that the show waka like this. Waka come meet me. Hey! Me, Aisha Yesufu. I was waiting. While like that beating where your mama supposed give you, where she forget no give. I forbid the freaking hell out of you, daddy, because I was waiting. And even to the extent, you know, the one that paid me that I did at that moment I didn't realize it was when he was threatening the workers. And he told one of them that if you this whether I will slap you, I will do this. I didn't hear that all time. And later, now, and you know that kind of thing now. The people they couldn't do anything. They were sort of like a bit helpless because they were talking to him. All of a sudden, they was like, now so Seun Waka come meet me. I didn't wait for that. I for take Seun do Babel. And if they say born and well, I'm still saying to you, Seun Kuti, if they know they born you, and my name is Aisha Yesufu, I know they hide anybody's surname. I know they hide under papa or mama. I grew up in the ghetto. I came out from the trenches, not the make-believe shrine that you think you are a ghetto person. Anyhow, when you want her, now so you go get her. If you say you mad, me go tell you say everybody get birth for psychiatric hospital. I am the father that fathered your father, the mother that mothered your mother. And you must talk my name. And you must come out. You must put that ring like that makes me.
Welcome back. There are a lot of things that I could have touched on, but I'm just going to touch on few. There was a time Seun Kuti, let's start with Seun Kuti. There was a time he had the opportunity to further the interest of the West in Africa and, of course, all over the world. What do I mean? The West are quick thinkers. They are quick to jump on anything that they know will control the minds of human beings, that will take a huge, big place in the mind of human beings. So they know if we do not manage or control it, now it will become, that's the same thing they did to religion, where you have the Roman Catholic on one side. Of course, we have Protestants and all of that came out. They quickly jumped on that thing that they saw that they could not control. I'm talking about Christianity. The Roman Catholics, or let us say the Roman Empire, jumped on it. The Roman Empire is not just the Italy that you know. The Roman Empire spanned as far as the United Kingdom, as you call it. It is not just Italy, but Rome, Italy, was the base of it. Now, what am I trying to say? They had called Seun Kuti, according to him, back then, many years back, and they said, look, we want you to be the face, meaning they wanted him to influence for them. Musically, they wanted him to influence what they want. And what is this? Music that has no useful content. They wanted him to continuously, same as they did to the Americans, the melanated Americans, the brown-skinned Americans, such as your Jay-Z, such as your other rappers that you know the one giving them headache now. Yeezy, giving them headache because it seems he has too much knowledge and understanding of things than they want him, and they don't want him to talk. They want his mouth to be shut. That's why he's having headache also, because he's giving them headache. I'm talking of no other than that man that you know that has oppressed them, and they have also shown him the door. Kanye West. Now, Kanye West said something. I don't want to continue in this image that you guys have created for us, because it's like they locked all the doors of prosperity and they give the key to it. Not because you don't have the talent, you don't have the gift. They give the key, the permission for you to cross when you stick to what they want the world to know about you, such as rapping and singing about women, your women as whores, woes, and rapping about, drugs, rapping about craziness. And that's what they want you to portray. They want it to be your culture. So they brought the same thing through one of their music link and connection down to Africa. Of course, everyone is free to copy whatever they wanted to copy or whatever they want to copy. So they brought the same to him and said, hey, Seun Kuti, that was many years back. We want you to be the face of this. These are the kind of music we want you guys to start singing. And he said, sorry, no, I can't do this due to my ideology. Being that he has studied under certain persons that are close to his father, and he has also read some books here and there, and he has listened to his father. So he understood that you need to look beyond. Don't look at the entertainment alone, or let us sing. He knows that these people put themselves up there not because they are saints. You barely see these people of this color singing about their women continuously like a culture this way. So he wasn't ready then to proceed. If he had pushed, now he will be the Burna Boy that you know today, singing and dressing as a woman, as a female, a masculinization of men. He could not, his conscience could not permit him, as a son of a former freedom fighter, or let's say as a son of a late freedom fighter. He could not. If he wanted, he would have bowed to their whims and caprice and flow. Look at what Burna Boy is doing. Burna Boy has combined. Burna Boy's mother is one of the dancers of Fela. She put into Burna Boy what she would have wanted to do, but because of age and as an agenda, she could not press on that. She rather imputed it into Burna Boy. If you see, 90% of Burna Boy's songs are sampled, and these are songs of Fela. But many people who are not used to listening to songs in the past, or maybe their generation can't connect old songs and now, that kind of thing. They don't. They think, Burna Boy is sampling. That's what he does. And 90% of his songs are Fela Kuti's song. That's it. That's how it flows. And I told you where the influence is coming from his mother. So that would have been what Seun Kuti. Look, it's very simple. Just sit in the studio with people who can, and then the stage presence. Teach yourself, learn. So that's what he would have done for him to have blow. That blow is what activist Yesufu, Aisha Yesufu, is kind of trying to rub on him. Like, hey, you did not blow. You did not blow. It's just the image of your father, which is basically the same thing we are talking about. He has a deeper understanding, but then insult upon insult. Now let's go to some of the things that Madam Aisha Yesufu put out there, apart from the religion thing that Seun Kuti talked about, saying, Aisha, you are covered from head to toe, and that religion that you are upholding is actually the religion of the oppressor or the colonial or people who were enslaved. Stories. Religion is a strong thing, regardless. It's a strong thing. Now, Aisha Yesufu said, we were having our discussion, and that discussion is open to everybody. Seun Kuti came in acting rude, which I do observe sometimes, that Seun Kuti can be that kind of person, rude. he came in and he said certain things to someone who had given his speech. Even if you disagree, you don't insult that person. You don't insult such a person that you had come in insulting that person, saying bright and dull, that kind of thing. Probably because he's not agreeing to whatever the person is saying and he wants to ride on this bully image, thinking that his words will be feared and respected and all of that. But, there are people who are not as old as your dad, but they are also there when, they also looked up to your father and other people anyway. So Aisha Yesufu has created a niche for herself. She has created a niche for herself and she felt uncomfortable. Although Seun Kuti and Aisha Yesufu, there are differences. It came up also during the lawyer Fela thing. Very that black man received his own knuckle, here and there. So I listened and I realized that Seun Kuti was referring to private sector as part of his talk, and he could not reconcile or probably process the part of private sector that he's talking about. Because if you're not working for the government and you're doing your thing, either as an entrepreneur, doesn't matter if you are into music, you are into production of music or whatever, you are into whatever, as long as you don't wake up and call yourself a civil servant, you are in the private sector. Even if you are at home as housewife, you are in the private sector. Now, conglomerate is what Aisha Yesufu ended up correcting him, saying, if you say conglomerate, these are bigger companies. These are companies that have branches. We are talking about big players here. They tend to swallow, which is a capitalism or the capitalistic mindset that Seun Kuti is talking about. I think he is more into the socialism, or into whatever he wants to be into. The thing is this, he kept on speaking about this, and this got on the nerves of Aisha Yesufu, who wasn't comfortable with the way he had approached the other gentleman who spoke. Now, about religion, there is a little that we can talk about. It's your business, whatever religion you wish to be part of. If you feel being a Christian or a Muslim is not what you should be based on your Pan-Africanism and all of that, it's okay. The ideology behind everyone's stand or decision or utterances is what matters. Some people are halfway, some are fully in it. It keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. But now we've come to a point where Aisha Yesufu and Mr. Seun Kuti started lashing at each other, pressing each other's neck. I do get some points in what, you cannot be perfect and you cannot say you know all. Like what he said, there are certain things that he said that I could connect to. I have connected to some of the things that he shows that he has read, some books here and there, but maybe once in a while he gets it confused here and there. He talked about Pharaoh, that's referring to Christianity and the Bible. He talked about Pharaoh. Even pastors are still contesting scriptures, not to talk of someone who is not a Christian. So he talked about Pharaoh, and he said Pharaoh that they claim drowned in the sea, his remain is somewhere. And I kind of laugh because we all know that the sea will vomit whatever it takes in. That's it. That's why people go to check their loved ones that are drowned after some couple of days, because the sea will throw it out. So they could have buried a kind of remain of the king. That does not mean the Red Sea did not take the life of that king. He's trying to say that story is not true. That it's not everything in the Bible that is true. Now, I'm not going to contest or argue about or debate about that. It is true. It is true. No. It is not possible for me to do that. It would be senseless of me to do that. Now, the part of Aisha Yesufu trying to educate, or maybe Seun Kuti wasn't putting it right. Now, when it came to the part of the conglomerate, he did not want to say, yes, I'm talking of conglomerate. I'm talking of conglomerate. When I say private sector, I was talking about the big players in the industry. Now, in this video, Seun Kuti went further to talk about his own thought about big companies. He was saying, how come industries in Nigeria, or companies in Nigeria, how come Africans cannot go outside of the shores of Africa down to, like, say, let's say, telecommunication company in Nigeria, the Nigerian telecommunication company? Why can't the company go down to US and compete, or go to Europe and compete? Well, you don't go to compete where you have not, when you have not acquired enough strength and capital to do so. He's saying, why? He needs to understand the dynamics. I do understand that there are a lot of problems in Africa, lack of cohesion, lack of, they don't just want to do things right. It's more about devaluing, more about enslaving, more about ripping their people. That's basically how they operate. It is so sad. Consider traveling all over Nigeria, traveling all over Africa on air, and the price of it compared to how much you pay if you're abroad or outside. It's so expensive to travel from Nigeria to, let's say, Senegal or Gambia. Very expensive. You will not even kind of know why you're paying that huge amount of money for probably a 3-hour flight or 2-hour flight. Whereas in other countries where things work, you will just realize you're paying a fraction for that flight. Why is it so? Lack of, or is it a lack or refusal to do the right thing? Each of these countries don't want to get it right in their own country, not to talk of joining together and forging a unified, simple, coexistent, or a unified understanding that we are all human beings. I think we need to change from within ourselves first. And you cannot change by just nothing influencing your change. You have to change from within you before you start talking about how do we put life, at least simple things, basic things in life, how do we make it easier for ourselves? I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. Both of them are at each other, but along the way, even though they are lashing at themselves, which is basically what I like to pick, they drop one or two of their understanding. I mean, something for people to pick, to glean from, something to kind of like, at least you get to learn one or two things here and there. They dropped one or two things here, although they were lashing at each other. But in between, it shows that we are not all perfect. 1, 2, we are not we cannot be a custodian of all knowledge. Aisha Yesufu got some things correctly, but did not understand that Mr. that has not blow is because he's unwilling to sing about women in a way that is derogatory. That's why he's not blowing. Every other person that you know that has blow, that has finished O2 Arena, finished, sold out here and there. What do they sing? Is there any song Burna Boy and Davido, Wizkid and all of those guys? Is there any of their song? Like 80% of their song has to do with singing about this woman, that. And if you don't want to, they know what they do to these guys. If you don't want to, then you have to take the baby oil. And for those that want to stretch to the Grammys from what we are hearing, okay, that's just by the way. The point is this. If your song, for example, the content of your song connects to humanity, they don't have issues with that. But they will dress you as a female on stage. And you'll be passing your message dressed as a female. Go and check Burna Boy. Check them. Check Burna Boy. You dress as a female unless you're unwilling to rise, unless you're unwilling to blow. If you're willing to blow, there are things that you must do for them. Very important.